To speak with you today, Christoph, and looking forward to hearing your views today on supply chain and logistics decision making with consultants. So my first question is, can you provide a brief background of yourself?
Sure, Dustin. Hello to everybody. Hello to you. My name is Christoph Szakowski, and I am managing partner for LogCon East. After 10 years of management career with global logistics providers in Austria, Germany, and Poland, I started, it was actually 2009 in Poland, a logistics consultancy offering interim solutions in business development, strategy advising, market analysis, management seminars. And later, it was 2014 till 2017, we integrated this activity into the fastest growing network of consultants and interim managers for logistics industry in Central and Eastern Europe based in Vienna. A few words about this. So LogCon East is a group of companies owned by my business partner Martin Eckerstorfer. We act with 20 plus partners in several countries in Europe and in Asia, advising the industry in operations management, outsourcing processes, M&A, partner search, executive search, and leadership seminars. I believe also one strength is, which we deliver to the industry, is that we are having very good access to exceptional experts in this field. On my own, I gained deep experience in several transformation and business development assignments in interim general management leadership roles in several countries. So, but some years ago, I specialized more on the transformation processes in logistics in the emerging markets, mainly, where I am really passionate about to drive the change.
Thanks. So why do logistics companies need consultants and interim managers?
Yes, a simple answer would be because they are very important for the decision-making process in the supply chain and in the logistics. We need to consider that the logistics industry has been currently undergoing, a huge time, full time of transformation because of innovation and technology on the one side, and the driving forces of competition, client demands and expectations, of internal and external stakeholders on the other side. So changes are needed fast and reliably. For example, development of new services, new trade lanes. Is it in the intermodal transportation, rail, land transportation, air freight? Everywhere it is expected to be done fast to meet the needs of the clients. And it goes without saying that is also expected to be in highest quality and delivery conditions with competitive pricing and customer service. Also, we need to consider that the result improvements are always an issue and are important for the company owners and the absolute top management, especially in the industry which is not operating on the highest level of margin. So in short, you need quick deciders and leaders with broad knowledge of the industry with extremely high orientation on the outcome. So interim managers and consultants can be here the game changers. A really good interim is a kind of master of adapting to new projects and clients, working target-oriented, using his extensive experience, which he tailors for any particular need of a company. So he is the person paid to deliver. He is not there to just to contribute or to be a team member. So this is the difference he or she makes. So whereas the interim managers, I mean, we've seen it in lots of projects, they are assigned for a period of maximum 12 months to execute. There is another advantage which is brought to the industry by specialized consultants. So consultants, I mean, we act as consultants and we address different needs of 3PL providers, freight forwarders, shipping companies, multimodal companies. I mean, the consultants can solve or give answers, practical answers to the following needs. I mean, it can be a request for an objective review on current strategy, for example, or a review on business plans or performance plans, for example. Also, sometimes that's the case with, transportation companies, family-owned. There is a simple need for creation of a sales strategy and providing a suitable actions plan for going global or going international or just expand service. Consultants might also be asked when there is a crisis situation or a need for problem solving, or when there is a gap in expertise. I mean, just an example, a diversified holding group of companies has neglected a little bit the area of the supply chain and carrier relations. So they can need an advisory for this area, for example. Another issue is the training and development of the staff and the talent. I mean, we see this in particular for the areas of problem solving, negotiations, presentation, and collaboration skills in the logistics and supply chain companies. So there is a quite large set of needs for consultants, also interim managers. In many cases, there is a geographic specialization of the providers or other specializations. What we are having is an integrated approach. Our principle is know, act, and deliver. So we combine the advisory with the interim activity in case there is that is the best option for the client.
Can you share any personal stories and recommendations?
Yes, with pleasure. I mean, let's start with the following consideration. I believe that there are, let's say, 3 stages of maturity of a market. And this you need as a consultant or interim manager to consider. So 3 stages. Stage 1, or the group of countries, number 1, those I would consider to call world champion markets of logistics, like, for example, Germany, Netherlands, Austria, Singapore. So there is a high readiness for your service, for consulting. And the decision is done, what we have observed is based on your executive and consultant's career. It's based on your references and testimonials and on the assessment of the project and how far you fit into this project and how far you are an expert. And this is then assessed in a meeting. So that's the first stage. Then the number 2, that there are countries which are already developed markets, but the level of acceptance for outside experts is lower. And I include here also the CEE region, Central Eastern Europe, because there it's more a question of trust building than really a particular set of experience. I consider, for example, that in Poland, the interim market is a niche market. I think mental readiness of local C-level is lower to accept external experts as a solution. I mentioned before that we went in our activity globally to cover the needs of logistics companies with high-level service done and executed by people with outstanding executive and consultants track record. But as I also would like to say that we see needs, the needs in the local companies for this service. One personal story, just to illustrate this. Once I was approached by a local general manager of a logistics company to discuss his company's situation. In the meeting, he communicated that actually business is running well, the staff is motivated and skills are exceptional, and they have absolutely no need for improvement. And some weeks later, by coincidence, I met the representative of the same company, of the holding of these companies abroad. And they asked me for an advice and even an interim proposals, as they consider their Polish subsidiary to be in a very bad situation with high fluctuation of people and no strategy in place. So what I am saying is that the perception of the company can change. And more we see that is also changing in the local market, like in Poland, in the Baltic countries, in Czech Republic. So companies are starting somehow to be interested and flexible to consider specialized top-level consultants. But as a consultant, again, you need to consider this. And the third category, so what I mentioned at the beginning, the third category and the third stage, let's say, are the emerging logistics markets like China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Turkey, countries of the region of Southeast Asia. There is a very high potential for leadership, performance optimization, and customer developments. Also, of course, there is a need of business strategy. I mean, what logistics companies need there and supply chain companies is knowledge, strategic knowledge to how to deal with economies in transition, regulations, customs framework, talent shortages, and different changes and challenges in the road networks regarding the connectivity to ports and several supply chain risks. So there is a broad spectrum of situations where you need the special knowledge as an international logistics player, for example. So here, as a consultant or a kind of interim manager, you need to be strategic very well on the one side, but also you need to be a really international people manager to master these challenges. So my recommendation would be to logistics companies simply to be open to a discussion with experts. I mean, in this rapid time of changes and also shortages of qualified people and resources, a temporary solution by specialists who really know very well the industry might be of a real value to company. And this is also very strongly helping in the decision-making process, what we mentioned at the beginning, in the implementation. So if there is any need for discussion, I also can be approached for this on LinkedIn, for example.
Thanks again, Christoph, for sharing.
Thank you. My pleasure.